I'll connect with one very important aspect of India's development of that. Anyone in the class? What is LIGO? And again, LIGO is known to most of the current affairs will cover LIGO. Don't worry about that. Just a basic understanding about this. What does LIGO stands for? Laser interferometer, gravitational wave observatory. Gravitational wave observatory. Who gave the concept of gravitational wave? This also question has been asked last year. What was the last year question? What is our predictions of Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity? In 1915, Albert Einstein gave general theory of relativity, which talks about the concept of gravity in a different form, different from classical Newtonian concept. And what was the concept of Albert Einstein? That gravity is because of warping of space-time, ripples in space-time. That's called gravitational wave. Now, what is the form of that? Where the LIGO experiment was done? It was conducted where? Conducted in the USA. It was conducted in the USA, right? Caltech, California Institute of Technology, right? Caltech and this MIT was involved in the USA. It was thousands of scientists, right, coming from 15 countries, where India was also one of the countries there. Scientists from 15 countries, they participated in this particular project. What was the objective? The objective was to detect very weak gravitational wave as predicted by Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity. How gravitational wave comes? It is because of, due to something here, changes like rapid, fast, change in space-time. What is something called ripples? Just like you know that water, in the water when you throw pebble, what happens? The ripples are there. Change in space-time fabrics. That is where the gravitational wave is there. And what they detected? It detected first time gravity wave or gravitational wave coming from where? From two collapsing black holes, right? From see any big change, whichever happens in nature, black holes. If any big event which happens in universe, there is supernova, exploding stars, when the stars explode, then there will be change in space and time, and that change in space and time will cause the gravitational wave. Even scientists say that Big Bang, the event which took the birth of the universe, there would have also been change in space-time with something called primordial gravitational wave, right? Any such kind of collapsing black hole which can compress and expand the space-time will give rise to gravitational wave. That was the notion there. Now what is very important, India was also one of the partner country in this kind of experiment. So now India has decided to set up a similar kind of lab. Now the Nobel Prize, you know that Nobel Prize in 2017 was given in the field of the LIGO. And there's one similar observatory called Italy. Italy has got something called Virgo. And what India is going to build, this is called Indigo, Indian LIGO. Now what scientists are now going to do, LIGO in USA, Virgo in Italy, and Indigo in India, Indian Gravitational Observatory. These all three will work together to again look out for gravitational waves. See, remember that if gravity wave was coming to this classroom, we will still not be able to see there. Where the changes take place? Atomic scale, at atom scale, which you cannot see with naked eyes. So why it was, how it was be able to detect laser interference? What they did, laser beam of light to perpendicular tunnel in vacuum based case of where the laser light went to the two ends and reflected back. And the change in the atomic scale, very, very small scale, that change was detected through the change in the laser. That is called interference. Right, that was the case. So here, I'll just bring about here. This is the kind of LIGO India. This information. It is there in the news for a long time, and question has not been asked so far. So now you could, maybe that possible, if something based on Indian aspect is asked. LIGO India is an advanced gravitational wave observatory that will be in Ondh. This place called Ondh, AUNDHA, that is Hingoli district of Maharashtra, which is near to Pune. Pune in Maharashtra, there this lab will be set up. Indian Gravitational Wave Observatory. This already the people are aware of. Nobel Prize given to in the area of LIGO, the detection of gravitational wave. Now what you have to know from the part of the Indian aspect. There is a LIGO laboratory in the USA along with its international partners Germany and UK. Australia, Germany and UK. And now it is proposed to be set up in Ondh, Hingoli district of Maharashtra. That is near to Pune there. Now what is the project there? Laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory project operates 3 gravitational wave detectors. That means you can understand now India and US, here is the collaboration of USA and India. Both of these will collaborate there. All of these detectors are based in USA. 2 at this place called, 1 in Louisiana and 2 are there in Hanford. What they did in USA, 3 places they have built the observatory, triangular. And again these observatories were perpendicular to each other, 90-degree angle. Now what is now being done? At a bigger scale. USA, LIGO, Virgo in Italy and India's Indigo will also become like 3 detectors, will catch the gravitational wave. First was in USA, they did 3 detectors, right, and try to study the gravitational wave. Now they will do it international level. At the international level, India will be a one place at a global scale. Yes. Application part, I will come to application part. So advanced LIGO detector and all, now see, the first application is that, this one, to confirm a theory. That is the theoretical part. But what is the industrial application? It's based on laser science. What is the word here? Laser interference. What is one first big application of this experiment? Advanced optics. What I've said, where the changes will take place? Atomic scale. So the instrument what they have developed to test gravitational wave and find out are very advanced kind of instruments, which can help in industrial segment. Those kind of mirror, optics, lens, laser beam. So that is the application part. And again, where it can be used, may be possible, who knows, in future, today we have radio wave communication. Maybe after 20, 30 years, we may think of gravitational wave kind of theory. That can also be there. Like gravitational waves will travel very, very fast. Today we have the communication either light based, right? We are talking about radio waves. Now we are going to Li-Fi, light based, right? Who knows, in future there will be neutrino particle based communication, and even one can think of gravitational wave. That is a future application. But what is immediate application? Optics, laser beam technology, lenses, mirrors, which can be used in industrial segment. That is part of it. And why they were doing? For some kind of basic theory. What is basic theory? Albert Einstein's theory of studying about cosmos, universe. That aspect of this. So here India will also be a part of it. Right? The role of India will come into this. Right? So here I brought some of the aspect. What I'll now do, I'll go into the handout. Right? I'll be covering the handout there. First I gave from my own side what all things are aspect. Tomorrow again I'll be providing a lot of information that will be with you. Plus, but today, next part of the class, I'll go to the topics which are given in the study material. What you have the study materials and what are relevant topics where you could get question in the exam. I'll be going through them one by one. Right? So first thing was all this area. Right? Navik, I'll come to that. Navik, I'll be coming, that is given in the handout also. IRNSS Navik part. And I'll tell you what is important, what is not important. We'll cover that. And tomorrow's class will be, again I'll provide you topics from my end. I'll be going to year-end review and all this. Provide you something else, right? Now 5G here. Now let me just tell you what's important here. This is the points in your class notes, right? In your printed notes, this is given there. Now 5G, India will roll out 5G in the next 2 years. TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, is developing the roadmap how India will move from 4G to 5G. Now, what came in the news is that when you come across the government 2020, and now what is going fourth generation. See, 5G is a wireless communication and next generation mobile network technology after 4G LTE. LTE stands for long-term evolution. There's something called GSM, Global System for Mobile Phone, which consists of generations. Generations are based on standards. There's some type of standards defined by TRAI. There's a body called Telecom Regulatory of Authority of India, but international level, you'll find ITU, International Telecommunication Union, that defines the network. So let me add few aspects on this. What you have to remember from UPSC point of view. GSM mobile phone, global system for mobile. And second comes CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access. Now here you have, there's something called standards, like for example, the GSM phone the first time, 2G, which came with this, that time you have something called EDGE, Enhanced Data for General Evolution. Then you come across GPRS, Global Packet Radio, right, GPRS, radio service. Then you know that fourth generation, that is defined in terms of LTE, long term of evolution. There's something called family of GSM standards. Now, who decides this kind of family of, there's the two type of phone system worldwide, GSM. So today we use SIM card, right, where we have mobile portability and SIM card based technology, the GSM. And the standards are defined family of phones as standards. The standards are operating standard on what operations will work. That is defined by International Telecommunication Union, which is UN body, ITU. This UN body defines the standards. So far, for fifth generation, what will be the operating standards are being worked out. What is LTE? LTE is the fourth generation. Right, fourth generation, what we are using today is something called IP-based, internet protocol-based generation of telephone, mobile communication. Fifth generation, the standards are being worked out presently worldwide. Uska standard abhi kaam chal raha hai. It's being worked out right now. Now, what is very important? Fifth generation has certain benefits. Now, what is benefits here? If I just give you the benefits of fifth generation, the first benefits will be cell densification. I'll explain what is a cell densification. More number of mobile cells, mobile phone can be used through the fifth generation. It will be able to take more number of calls, there will be more enhancement of data. Second, it will have here high speed network. Now 5G offers a speed up to 10 Gbps, right? Remember that gigabit per second, 10 Gbps. 4G offers maximum 1 Gbps, but you'll never get 1 Gbps as a kind of thing there. But fifth generation can enhance to that. What is first advantage? It will contain more mobile cell towers can be integrated. There's something called backhaul, which can be integrated there. Second is called where 10 Gbps of speed will be there. Next advantage of fifth generation is that certain aspect like, for example, hologram TV, right? Hologram TV, augmented reality, AR. Then what comes here? A very important application which will be given through fifth generation is IoT, Internet of Things. Today, in mobile phone you cannot use IoT. What is IoT? Where the physical devices like laptop, mobile, TV, refrigerator, any kind of physical devices with the help of embedded sensors can connect with each other through internet and can take decision on its own, smart decision. So today mobile phone what we use, 4G based technology doesn't have IoT, but fifth generation will support the IoT. Like through your mobile phone, you can switch on, switch off laptop or projector. Such kind of services can be built. Right? Hologram TV, like through laser beam, that can be the fifth generation. So that benefit part is not given. If you remember the general batch, I had given the handout. That those who were in the general regular batch, if you remember, I had given you that printed notes handout there, and I have given you there 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, all are there. So please refer my notes that what I gave last time in the classroom. There I have already explained what is the 5G and how much it will be there. Right? Now this is one topic which you can expect from there. Now MCR gene, this what is given, pneumonia bacteria. Pneumonia bacteria, then Klebsiella pneumonia, the mobilized constant sustain. Now what is the MCR1? Scientists have found out these are called family of GSM phone. ये standards का नाम है, Edge, GPRS, LTE. These are standard names. These belong to family of this. These are the benefits of 5th generation. Right? This is what I've given. Now MCR1 gene is not very important. There is a type of a gene which has been found from bacteria which cause pneumonia in human being. The resistance gene is there. Right? What is called methicillin resistance gene. There's a colistin is the name of this is a kind of antibiotic. Now what you have to remember from here, I'll add here, there is superbug, MDR, multi-drug resistance, those kind of aspects. But what is very important is Ebola. Now I'll add about from some of the aspect of that. There's only once a question has been asked on Ebola, that was a question not from science and technology, but geography, where Ebola has been seen in the news. So there the name of the countries were given, right? Name of the countries been given. If you recall, those who were in the regular batch, I have given you one website to know the diseases. Which website is there? I mentioned one government website where anything regarding diseases, if you want to learn, you can follow that website. What is the name of the website? National Health Portal. Whenever you have to study about any health aspect and disease aspect, you can follow this National Health Portal of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There is one link called A to Z of diseases. Whether you want to learn about Zika or Ebola, swine flu, any kind of disease, you can follow from this particular website. But I'll add on Ebola. Ebola outbreak was seen in where? Central Africa, Zaire, Congo and Zaire. It is named after the forest, right? And such kind of disease called zoonotic disease. What is zoonotic? Which comes from animal to human, spread from animal to human, and from human to human transmission. So Ebola is not a vector borne. What is vector borne? Which is bite of a mosquito or insect. That's called vector borne. It's through the animal, like bats, fruit bat, chimpanzee, and that comes to human. And from human, it can transmit to other humans. Those kind of diseases called zoonotic. So what is the first thing you have to know from concept point of view? Zoonotic diseases. Highly lethal. There is no particular cure, no vaccine for this. But generally, there is no vaccine for Ebola. Only treatment can be done to the person who is quarantined and is highly communicable or infectious, which spread very, very fast. Right? Now, what is important here? This one, the three names here. Ebola virus species, Zaire Ebola, that's the Zaire Congo, named after that. Sudan virus, Sudan Ebola virus, and then Thai forest, while the Thai forest in terms of Cote d'Ivoire, that is the part of again Africa part there. Now, Bandi Bugyo virus, species Bandi Bugyo Ebola virus. These are the name of the type of Ebola virus strain. There's something called strain. They're Ebola only types. And they've been named after the place where they have been found first time, where the outbreak was there. Right? Now this is one aspect which is there in the handout. Right? All I've written this one, I'll just add few things here. Now let's see here. What more you could expect? This is one aspect what you have. What further more you could expect in the exam from disease point of view? Let me just come into that. Zika question was asked in the exam, so you don't have to worry about such kind of thing. Now, in terms of zoonotic diseases, I'm now adding here. Zoonotic diseases which spreads from animals to humans. Now here are few important names which are making headlines. One is the Ebola which is there in handout. Corona MERS virus. What is corona MERS virus? Coronaviruses are also highly infective. They spread very, very fast. MERS stands for Middle East, respiratory syndrome. Respiratory syndrome. It is found to be spread through camel to human, and from then human to human. So here the animal which can transmit the disease is the camel, and the word is very clear, Middle East. That is the Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Doha, those kind of countries. There you will find this is a common, and a person can get infected through the camel. Right? Now what comes here, another important name which has come in the news there, I am now writing the name of the disease there. Kaisanur monkey fever. Monkey. Kaisanur forest is a part of Goa. Goa part adjoining to Karnataka. There is a forest called Kaisanur forest. And monkey. Here the monkey. And how it goes through from monkey to monkey, or even from monkey to tick, where small tick, tick and mites, the parasite, which can go to cattle, cows and buffaloes, and from there cows and buffaloes to humans. So it is both, you can say it is both zoonotic and vector. What is Kaisanur monkey fever? It is found in monkey, and on monkey there ticks are there, parasite, which are on the tick, on that, and from there it can go to the cattle, and from cattle to humans. Humans can be infected. It causes fever, headache, and this part, and is named after the forest where this name has been called monkey fever. Now, third one, very important name which has come, you all know Nipah virus. Nipah, where? Indonesia. Indonesia, Malaysia, Nipah, and it was seen where? Kerala. And from where? Fruit bat. Here, fruit bat. The fruit bat which on the date palm and this one, and then it can through fruit of the, it can go to pig and animals, and from there to humans, or directly from the sap, something, palm date sap is there. So by drinking that kind of a drink, it can also get infection. Human can get infection, right? There's something called toddy in Kerala. Toddy shops are there, where the intoxicant like liquor, people go for that kind of drinking, and then get infected. Or it can go to pig, from pig to humans, pig farm. That can come to the fruit bat. Again, that is a part of the in terms of Nipah virus there, zoonotic. Right? Kerala it was there. Before Kerala, it has the spread was in Bengal, West Bengal. Where in West Bengal? Nipah virus outbreak has been there. Nipah virus came in the news of Kerala, but before Kerala, it has been there in the Bangladesh and West Bengal. Now, which district of West Bengal has suffered from Nipah virus infection? That's what the question. This has not been asked so far in the exam. I'll give you the name of that. Nadia district. One is Nadia. You all know Nadia district. Then you know Siliguri, Jalpaiguri, North Bengal. Siliguri and Jalpaiguri, Darjeeling and that is Siliguri. Now here Siliguri and Jalpaiguri. So just remember that this is not that first time in India this Nipah virus has been there. Why I gave you this information? Though it has originated from Indonesia, Malaysia there, but the previous outbreak is in the state of West Bengal, where people have died because of Nipah virus. Right? Recently it came in the news about Kerala. So let the question comes in the exam. The first time in India is wrong. Earlier their outbreak has been there. And again, what? Zoonotic. The word is zoonotic. Right? So such kind of things you have to be aware of that. Zika is also zoonotic. Ebola also comes through zoonotic. Zika is not zoonotic. Zika is through mosquito bite, vector borne. But this one, Ebola is a zoonotic. Right? So there you have to know. Now what I'll do here, let me come across this one, Gaganyaan. See Ebola, after that you will go to the next page. I'm now coming to the Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan mission. Right? Gaganyaan mission. India's first manned space flight. Now, why it was in the news? Because of this one, pad abort test. What is pad abort test? Any emergency situation, how the astronaut can safely reach to the Earth. Emergency situation. Just like, you know, a person who pilot who flies an aircraft or fighter craft, there's something called auto eject, which can eject from the, like Abhinandan case, you know, ejected from. So that auto eject kind of thing is similar to that kind of thing. Pad abort mission is there. But pad abort mission is not in Earth, in outer space. See how they can come back, return back to the Earth. So that was the news. The pad abort test of crew escape system is an emergency escape measure that helps pull the crew away from the launch vehicle when a mission has to be aborted. From the launch mission, that is the vehicle, rocket. Let's say Gaganyaan GSLV Mk3, and if something goes wrong in the outer space, so this module can be ejected from the vehicle, from the rocket. Why this has been done? So that we are successful in implementing Gaganyaan. Right? Now, what is the very important thing? I'll just give you certain background of that. Gaganyaan mission program we have started from 2014 onward. India has been carrying out Gaganyaan mission for preparation for Gaganyaan from 2014. What is the name of that mission? When in 2014 India conducted a kind of dummy kind of Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan, at that time the name was not Gaganyaan. Yeah, that time it was not there. So let me provide here. In 2014, ISRO conducted successfully which test? What is the name of the test? CARE mission. What I'm writing here? CARE. I'll give you the full form of CARE mission. CARE stands for Crew Module Atmospheric Re-entry Experiment. Right, in 2014, we have carried out a similar kind of thing, that taking to the outer space and bringing it back. That was the kind of module was there, but without human. There was no human. So what we did, we took it to the low Earth orbit and then dropped to the Bay of Bengal ocean. Right. So that was mission called CARE mission. So 5 years we have been preparing for it. Now second thing is what? We will not call it, see, it is called a human space flight. It is called a human space flight because it will carry human astronaut, but will be using normal kind of rocket by GSLV Mk3. What is it, you know that Mars 3 is the heaviest launch vehicle India has built, which can carry 4 ton, 4,000 kilograms class of satellite or module, which will carry humans. Human will be part of the module, right? So that's what, but we use the Mars 3. So simply Mark 3 will go and put up the part of. Now about GSLV Mark 3, you know, is a 3-stage rocket, solid, liquid and cryogenic. Right? It uses solid phase, solid liquid and cryogenic. And that will put the module, which will contain 3 Indian astronauts, and who will remain in that module remain in the low Earth orbit. And cryogenic. It consists of, I'll just make this, solid, liquid and cryogenic engine. So GSLV is the launch vehicle in India which use cryogenic engine, a cryogenic, I'll write here. So let's say this is the part of, this is the, right, the kind of launch vehicle. How do you find the GSLV Mark 3? There it carries 2 heavier boosters. Right, GSLV Mark 3 carries 2 solid boosters. Sidewise they are flanking, and it carries 220 tons of the fuel, S220 and S220. Once this burns out, what is the next stage? This stage. This is what has got L110, liquid stage. Then comes what? Cryogenic. This is a cryogenic engine. C stands for cryogenic engine, 25 tons. And what is the cryogenic engine has the fuel? What fuel is cryogenic engine? Liquid hydrogen, right, which burns with liquid oxygen. Cryo means extremely low temperature. So this is the design of GSLV Mk3. Mark 3 design is this one. Right? Here, this cryogenic engine, this is the indigenous cryogenic engine what India has transfer technology from Russia, right? So this is the design of the Mark 3 version. See, Mark 2 and Mark 3 are very different. Mark 3 is a very different type of rocket. Now what we will do here, in case of Gaganyaan, here, this part will be here crew module. Right, there will be crew module with the box. Inside the box, 3 humans will be there. We'll place the 3 astronauts. Instead of putting a satellite, we'll place here human being. And that module will be dropped into the low Earth orbit. And like a satellite, it will go around the Earth. It will just go around the Earth. It's 7 days. And then what we'll do, we'll lower it down to the Earth. We'll bring it down. Right? That through something called space parachute. We'll use parachute and bring it down to the Earth. Right? This is what the mission program comes into. When you read the handout, it's given here that Jan 3rd next year, that's what Gagan Crew Escape System, Indian Air Force will support this mission program, because those 3 astronauts will come from IAF, Indian Air Force. And already now you know that government has given approval for selecting 10 IAF pilots. Out of 10, 3 will be selected for the mission. The training program to be started. Screening has to be started there. Then you have got here Rakesh Sharma. First Indian to go to outer space, Rakesh Sharma, and he flew with the Russian spacecraft. What is the name of the Russian spacecraft? The name is Soyuz T-11. 1984. When he went to the outer space, 1984, 1984. That time when Rakesh Sharma, right, he went there. So he's the first Indian, if you say, first Indian to go to outer space, Rakesh Sharma. Right, but that was with Russian support, not India. But this time we'll do with Indian as well. And who is the first man to go outer space? Similar kind of experiment, Yuri Gagarin. Right, Yuri Gagarin, 1961. Yuri Gagarin is the same kind of a model. What Gaganyaan is there, that in 1961, Yuri Gagarin was sent in the outer space. Same, what we are going to do, exactly same mission was carried in 1961. Imagine that, we are going to do in 2000, by 2022. Russians have done 61, 55 years back. Right, they have done that. Rakesh Sharma went to the Soyuz T-11 rocket, that carried. That's the background you have. You have the image and the diagram given there. Now here, Digital Northeast Vision 2022 is a very important one. That is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. In terms of digital, bridge the gap, digital divide. You know that if you see the country, the outreach is very big. We have every aspect of the part of it. And every state is a part of the country. So in terms of bringing digital connectivity, I'll tell you that today, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, all these states are developing very fast. And digital connectivity has reached everywhere. So their government has come out with policy there, right? So India being that part of the vision document emphasis. Now this is the crew will, I have mentioned in this part. The vision document emphasizes on leveraging digital technology to transform lives of people of Northeast, enhance ease of living. What is used? Ease of living. There's something called ease of doing, but now ease of living. And you know that today villages, even if you go to village, now mobile phone has come, right? Towers, the mobile towers are being erected. So that is part of it. The vision is, there's something new of that. You all know Digital India program, right? Digital India program, and the mobile phone connectivity, then again cyber security part, to be secured system, so those kind of areas. Not just go through it, but this will be Guwahati with Assam. They have MITI. MITI is the main body. So what is very important? See, remember, if UPSC asks question, let's say, if UPSC asks question, then this will be the part. Let's say I'll just give you a question, what the question can be. Which of the following is our component or components of Digital Vision, Northeast Vision 2022? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That word digital, like here, what is word given? Digital infrastructure, digital service, digital electronic manufacturing, even manufacturing also. Electronic manufacturing, digital empowerment, promotion of IT and ITS, including BPOs, call centers, that kind of support system, then digital payment, innovation, startups, cyber security. That is the vision document. Now, it will take time to develop there, but this is what government has come. Now I'm coming to the important part, this one. RUCO, RUCO, right? RUCO, repurpose used cooking oil. it is important for the exam. Now, very simple thing, I'll make you understand, it's a very simple concept. Today, if you have seen in the market, restaurant and hotel, what they do? They use the cooking oil and then they throw away the cooking oil. Right? After, let's say when you cook food, after 1 or 2 times cooking, that oil becomes bad, not good for health also. And what we do, we throw it away. Now, what is the program here? Why not we convert into biofuel? Biofuel. Like you know that first generation, 1G. What is first generation? Food kind of thing there. And we can convert into ethanol, that kind of thing there. So instead of wasting, throwing away, right, we can convert into some kind of energy kind of thing there. Here, it is an initiative that will enable collection, conversion, used cooking oil to biodiesel, biofuel program. It's really good. What we throw away as a waste material, that can be converted, and you know that National Fuel Policy 2018 also aim for food and all, and we can convert into ethanol, bioethanol or biodiesel, that kind of thing. And it's more better. Why? You know, such kind of reused cooking oil is not good for health because that causes trans fat and all this, and LDL, you know, bad cholesterol. So instead of that, convert into biodiesel, market-based instead. Right? That is what comes as a higher level of TPS in cooking oil can cause health issues. But if you know that in market, I don't know, wo karte hai na, samosa and all this, there is the same chop and all this, same oil again and again. Now let's say in one day, how many times they cook again and again? And that is really harmful. It's bad for health, bad cholesterol, LDL, right? So such kind of oil can be collected and can we go for biodiesel program, right? That was the part of it. Now what is very important is the National Biofuel Policy. So who will tell me about National Biofuel Policy? This is one aspect in terms of biodiesel. National Biofuel Policy. Let's say if question comes there, I'll just give you the salient highlight of that. Anyone in the classroom who wants to add here? Right, RUCO is a context. RUCO is a context where we can use such kind of cooking oil for diesel program. But what is the main aspect of biofuel policy? National Biofuel Policy 2018. What are salient highlights? I'll give you all the points. What is first one? What is the first point of this? Categorization, 2 types. Which are 2 types? I have used that word in the classroom there. 2 types of biofuels. Basic biofuel, that is called first generation, 1G. And second is the advanced biofuel. Advanced is 2G and 3G. Now who will tell me what is 2G, second generation biofuel? From where we get? Jatropha. You know, non-food crop like Jatropha. Cultivation Jatropha. And from there to biodiesel. And what is third generation? Third generation biofuel? Algae, microalgae. Right? Algae based. Microalgae. From algae we can make the diesel. And what is 1G? This one, cooking oil, starchy material. You know, sometimes excess food grain. Sometimes we produce more food grain, rice, wheat and all, and they all get spoiled in godowns, food godowns. Sometimes, you know, the transporter, when we go for transport, in the process of transport, they get spoiled. All such kind of sugarcane, you know, bagasse. What is bagasse? Sugarcane industry, when you take out crush the sugar, crush the cane and take out the sugar, then remaining the dried part. All this can be first generation, basic biofuel. Now tell me the second highlight. What is second highlight of the biofuel policy? First is the categorization. Second will be what? Very important one. Setting up of biorefineries. How much fund the government is going to provide for biorefineries? 5,000 crore. Right? Here there will be, I am writing here, viability gap funding. What do you mean by viability gap funding? VGF. This I have covered in the regular batch also there, right? viability gap funding of rupees 5,000 crore. Government of India will provide 5,000 crore for 6 years. There will be biorefineries will be set up. For which one? Second generation, third generation. You know, Bhatinda in Punjab, Odisha. Odisha has been set up, Pune, different places will have biorefineries. What is third aspect of this policy? Third aspect. How much blending will do there? Blending. Like when we make the diesel and we have kept a target, what target is indicated? Target is what? Target of 20% blending. By which year? Blending for biodiesel and biopetrol by 2030. Time frame has been increased to 2030. What is our immediate target? 5%. What is our immediate target for biodiesel? 5%. And then we will scale up to 20%. Now tell me any other highlights apart from this one. Which is the nodal ministry? Nodal ministry for this? Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. That will be the nodal ministry for implementing this part of this. And there will be what? For all the policy program, there will be National Coordination Committee. There will be National Coordination Committee. Right? National Coordination Committee. And for biodiesel and bioethanol, for this part, there is also proposal of what is very important one. There is minimum support price, MSP, and minimum purchase price to farmers. Right? There will be also research, R&D. Government research for which type of biofuel? Advanced biofuel. Right? There will be funding for research for advanced biofuel. For advanced biofuel, there will be research on this. And who will coordinate from the research point of view? Now I am giving here the name of here. MNRE has one very important organization called National Institute of Bioenergy. National Institute of Bioenergy, that is in Kapurthala in Punjab. That is a R&D organization under the aegis of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE. I'll again repeat this. There is an organization called National Institute of Bioenergy, NIBE. That is located in Punjab, Kapurthala. There is an autonomous R&D, Research and Development Institute under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE, which will work on with advanced biofuel, technology for advanced biofuel. Right? These are the part of highlights of the biofuel policy. Though RUCO is one of the context, but you should know about the policy aspect, where the question can be asked in the exam. Right? So I have given you the main highlight, main point of this. Right? And may be possible, UPSC can ask question there. Right? That question can be asked. You can write this one, this part. That's what I am adding with the material. Wherever in the material the things are there which have to be added up, I'll add from the question point of view. Right? So this can be one of the questions in the exam, biofuel policy. Alright. So nodal ministry will be petroleum and natural gas. They will do in that case, right? But research part will come from MNRE, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. There it comes. Right? In regular batch, have I given the notes on this one? Regular batch? No? So those who were there in regular batch, then you can write this one. So National Biofuel Policy. Image is given. Same image I have highlighted. There is not very clear image, but here you can read that. FSSI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, launched this repurpose used cooking oil, RUCO for cooking oil there. And this is only for making people aware. This is the kind of image what is given in your handout. FSSI, you know, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. That is where it has come in the part of it. Same images. Now this one. This is important. Thermal battery plant. India become home of world's first time. See, one is lithium ion battery. Lithium ion batteries are made in Japan, Korea and China, and we import it. But here thermal batteries is a very different type of concept. See, normally what battery provides? Normally what battery provides? Electricity, current. There is a battery we use like lithium ion battery that gives us the charge and electricity. But what is thermal battery? Thermal energy, heat energy. In terms of heat energy, thermal energy. So here it aims to create a new energy storage device which is expected to be there. It will have a battery capacity 1000 megawatt. I'll tell you where thermal batteries are used. Grid, substation. You have seen the substation local area where you have the power station, like power supply to home. There is some small station will be there, and they use thermal battery. Small batteries are there. 1000 megawatt that is given, 10 gigawatt capacity by 2025. So telecom regulatory authority, it could also provide mobile tower. Like in homes, you have seen that mobile tower on the building. The mobile towers are there. They use thermal battery. Mobile towers, grid, the power grid. They use this kind of thermal battery. So first time in India, we are going to have this kind of battery in, where is the Amravati in Andhra Pradesh? Amravati is proposed capital of Andhra Pradesh. Telangana is Hyderabad. There this plant has been set up. Right? So application part you have to be, you should remember that the main is the application part. The last sentence is important. See what is it? Last sentence is important. It will provide energy solution for electrical grids, transport and telecom services. That's where the thermal batteries are used. Right? So what question can be asked in the exam? Application of thermal battery. Direct question. Let's say you get direct question where thermal batteries are used. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is application part. Right? So that is one aspect which I have brought here. Now this is another one very unique bacteria Wolbachia. When you go to next page, bacteria Wolbachia is given. Australia, where they have got this bacteria? In Australia, conducted in Australia that what is demonstrated that those mosquito which contain this bacteria becomes ineffective to transmit the virus. Let's say Aedes aegypti mosquito which transmit the dengue or chikungunya. If the bacteria is present, then the chikungunya and dengue virus will not be transmitted. The bacteria make it neutral. Where this bacteria is there? Stomach, inside the body of the mosquito. That's the name given Wolbachia, right? So if I just read out here, Wolbachia bacteria is a tiny bacterium that is present in the up to 60% of all species of insect, including several mosquito species. It is one of the world's most common parasitic microbe and possibly most common reproductive parasite in the biosphere, but is not usually not present in the Aedes aegypti mosquito. What is given here? The primary species is one for transmitting dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. When present in the mosquito, the viruses Zika virus cannot replicate. Let's say if this Wolbachia mosquito with Wolbachia bacteria, which is naturally not present in the Aedes mosquito, if we place this bacteria in the Aedes, what will happen? That mosquito will not transmit the disease. This is what scientists have done in Australia. So what you have to remember for prelims exam? The name of the bacteria. And what is the importance of the bacteria? Prevent the disease. And what kind of bacteria? Parasitic, which live in the insect. Right? So this could be one direct question, what I want to say. This could be a direct question there. Now this another one, a very important one, greener alternative. Green propellants by ISO. Okay, now tell me, what exactly we use right now as a propellant today? So the same image is not very clear, so I have given the bigger one in this one. Same soft copy what you have, that is a hard copy what you have. Now what fuel our PSLV, GSLV works? Hydrogen. And then hydrogen is a chemical fuel. It's a liquid fuel, chemical fuel. And when you burn hydrogen, what will happen? It will generate toxic gases. And you know that PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. First stage is solid, second is liquid. Now when the liquid stage burns, stratosphere, that gases will go into the stratosphere, right? And third stage again solid, last stage is liquid. But last stage liquid comes where? When we are outside atmosphere. So there is no risk. But second stage is in the atmosphere, and that will be there. We will go to the environment. So now ISRO, now here is given here. Hydrogen has one of the most highest specific impulses, what is called thrust. It provides thrust. Kilogram of thrust obtained by consumption of 1 kilogram propellant in 1 second. but hazardous in nature. What is drawback of hydrogen? Highly corrosive, carcinogenic and toxic, cancer causing and harmful. And third drawback is storage. It's a liquid form, liquid means corrosive. And the container which store the fuel, right, that has to be a very special container, non-corrosive. है ना, उसमें corrosive होता है तो वो जल्दी खराब हो जाता है, कंटेनर फुल प्रूफ होना चाहिए, corrosiveness से इफेक्ट कम होना चाहिए, तो उस पर पैसे खर्च होते हैं. It has to, we have to spend lot of money in making such kind of a container which will store the fuel. Right. At the same time, by burning hydrogen, the carcinogenic gases will go to the environment. So what is better way? ISRO is trying to now develop eco-friendly fuel, greener alternative. That is what called replacing hydrogen. Hydrogen hydroxy this nitrate based monopropellant are being developed. HAN. What is given here? HAN. What is mentioned here? That ISRO is working on a hydroxy aluminum nitrate based monopropellant called HAN to replace hydrogen. So what you have to remember for UPSC exam, prelims exam, the name of the fuel, HAN. The fact you have to remember, that's it, right? And low, it has got low toxicity, performance is again more, it will give more thrust, and is not combustible. Hydrogen is combustible, that means if there is any kind of leakage, that will burn very fast in air, contact with air. But HAN, the greener alternative, will not be that dangerous. And if the leakage happens, then it will not cause accident, right, of the launch vehicle rocket. Kind of a thing there. So just know the fact. What is important in this kind of topic? This is now the fact, important topic, right? So that is what I have given here. Now this is another electric propulsion system. You have the electric propulsion system. Anyone in the classroom? Like before going to that, what is exactly the system is there? Electric propulsion system. Okay, just a simple common sense. How the electric car works or electric train works, you will understand from that concept. What is an electric train? Let's say metro. You have seen the metro. You have seen the metro. How the metro works? You have on the wire. You have seen that overhead cable is there. So as the metro works, that is in contact. So what comes? The electricity goes to where? Battery. And that battery is help for traction, propulsion system. So it's a very simple thing. What is the electric propulsion system? We will store in the battery, and through battery it will propel. Like what is given here. Recently, ISRO has launched GSAT-20 with the help of this one, electric propulsion system. Electric propulsion system can reduce the dependence on chemical propellant thereby. Electric propulsion system can help in orbit. Now it's like this one. Just you have all have written this one. I'll explain with a diagram. You'll be able to understand what exactly system works on this. Shall I remove this one? All right. Now it is like this. See, when you say satellite, let's take any satellite, whether GSAT or Cartosat or any kind of satellite there, what you will find that a satellite system, right, you will have two solar panels. You have seen the satellite that it will flanked by two solar panels, right? These are solar panels which are sidewise. Now this solar panel, it harnesses what? Sunlight, right? Sunlight on this. It is a photovoltaic PV, SPV. And what it does is that this solar energy is stored in where? Battery. There is a battery for this. This solar battery is there. Inside the satellite, what we have? A solar battery. And this battery provides what? Electricity for all the components of the satellite to work. So even we can think of a propulsion system which can drive a satellite because of this. So here, let's say this, if you make into a propulsion system, the battery provides the necessary thrust by which satellite can move in the outer space, right? That's what the ISRO has done there. He has given here, EPS, electric propulsion system, can reduce the dependence on chemical propellant, thereby increasing the payload capacity, and given that orbit correction of a satellite. Now I'll tell you what is conventional kind of satellite. In a conventional satellite, this solar battery, what is there for general working of this, but it also contains something called Newton engine. Or I'll write here another name here called LAM, liquid apogee motor. Liquid apogee motor. Normally in a satellite, what is there? This Newton engine is there. What is done? This is work with fuel, chemical fuel, and it gives what? Thrust. It makes some kind of a thrust for change of the orbit angle, right? Same thing which is happens in normal satellite. This is a normal satellite. Normal satellite, they get the necessary propulsion. How this comes from propulsion? Liquid apogee motor. That is the propulsion system. And it uses what? Chemical fuel. It uses here chemical fuel. Let's say we want to give a satellite a jerk, a thrust, like Mangalyaan mission or any satellite mission. So we start Newton engine. But that uses chemical fuel, just like a rocket, tiny rocket. You understand that? There's inbuilt rocket inside the satellite. Now in place of that, what ISRO is now working on? This kind of system, which will not use any kind of a engine like Newton engine or liquid apogee motor or any kind of fuel. है ना, जनरली जो सैटेलाइट में होता है नॉर्मल फ्यूल बेस्ड ऐसा इंजन होता है जो कि इसको प्रोपेल करता है या चेंज करता है एंगल को, थ्रस्ट देता है. अब उसकी जगह पे क्या किया जा रहा है? इलेक्ट्रिक सिस्टम लगाया जा रहा है, ईपीएस, which will not use any fuel. And that is in Hindi I have explained that will not use any kind of chemical fuel. It will be propelled by electricity. That is what the replacement is, the new technology. So this is a new technology what ISRO is now developing there. Now what advantage is there? The payload capacity. What is payload? The amount of like instrument which is on board satellite will be more, because such kind of system will not carry fuel. So that payload capacity will go higher. Instruments and all more can be carried out. So this is a new technology worked out by ISRO. ISRO has developed this new technology. And particularly this technology are being used by ESA, European Space Agency, ESA. They have also worked out this kind of technology. Right? So just remember this one. This NASA and ISRO, Russia, see here. The system has been already tested by Russian Space Agency and NASA. Immense capability to eventually lower the cost of launches. Right? We will not have to, so cost of launching will be lower there. Now coming to this one, two-stage to orbit space transport system. That is in terms of Gaganyaan mission, RLV, or something called reusable launch vehicle. Right? What is reusable launch vehicle? It will go to the outer space and come back. Like you have seen the NASA, how NASA goes like? NASA goes like a rocket, space shuttle. And then when it has to come back, then it comes like an aeroplane, a kind of jet plane, and land on a runway, the runway for that. Right? That is that kind of system is called two-stage to orbit system. Right? So what India is trying to develop, same as what NASA has done previously as a space shuttle program, two-stage to orbit satellite. Right? That's what NASA, two-stage to orbit space transport system there, low Earth orbit there. Next, what I've given, next page, if you go, then there you have this one, first asteroid deflection mission. That article I have not kept on the PowerPoint, but that is a reusable launch vehicle technology. No, LAM is LAM. Liquid apogee motor. This is a liquid, the bracket is there, liquid apogee motor, LAM. Not CLAM, C is not, there's a bracket is there. Liquid apogee motor, LAM, LAM. I'll be covering RLV in tomorrow's class, but just a general thing what is given in handout, that NASA has that kind of two-stage to orbit. But now what is very important program, this one. First time deflection, DART. What is the name of the mission? DART. Double asteroid redirection test. What NASA is going to do? Just like missile, you know, like a missile, will give a thrust to the asteroid, so that the asteroid will not collide with Earth. Collision. If you have seen that movie Armageddon, right, where that Hollywood movie, where they go for, I think asteroid is there. One asteroid is going to hit the Earth. Asteroid or comet, something was there. Asteroid was there? Which movie was that? Armageddon there, where Bruce Willis was the actor, and they go to that part of, and they put the kind of missile there, nuclear missile, to break the into two pieces. That was in Hollywood movie. It's a very old movie, right? It's a very old movie where it was shown. Same kind of thing what NASA want to do. Deflect the asteroid from its path. So what is given here? See here. NASA is developing first ever mission that will deflect a near Earth asteroid and that will protect the planet from any impact. Sometime, comet can come near to the Earth or asteroid can come near to the Earth. So that can be deflected. Now where you find asteroid in the solar system? Where do you find asteroid? Between Mars and Jupiter, right? Between Mars and Jupiter, asteroids are there. There it comes. Now, DART mission, John Hopkins, NASA's first mission, kinetic impact technique they were going to use there. They're going to defend that kind of one by 2022. And what is the name of this asteroid? Didymos. What is the name of the asteroid? Didymos. You should remember the name of the asteroid. Didymos. That will be deflected by this kind of a mission there, Didymos. Right, asteroid mission there. So just a fact you have to know that. Then Petya ransomware attack, I don't think will be asked in the exam. Why? Last year question has last year question was Petya ransom, this ransom, WannaCry was seen in news about cyber security. Malware, And where the ransomware came in the news? In terms of locking the system, asking for ransom. Ransom was in terms of Bitcoin. Right, ransom Bitcoin. That was, I don't think it is important. That's what I have skipped in the PowerPoint. That's already question has come in the exam. Don't worry about it. So what is important is the NISAR mission. Where you could get question? NISAR mission. NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar. Right? ISRO and NASA collaborate together to study earthquake, landslide, avalanches, forest fire, changes in ecosystem pattern, melting of glaciers. First time we are going to have this kind of satellite. Now this is what comes here. The aim and objective NISAR mission is dual frequency, L band and S band, radar imaging satellite. What will be there? It will carry radar, which will do the imaging of the Earth's surface. And this one is the natural resources. If let's say question comes in this year exam, how the UPSC will ask question? One is that statement, India and US, or there may be sometimes given India and Japan, India and you should know who are collaborating. Second statement will be what? Objective. What is the objective of the satellite? So study of surface features, right? Natural calamity like earthquake, landslide, forest fire, any change in ecosystem, all mapping will be done. And third statement can be what? Radar. It carries a radar. Just like you have seen the ground-based radar. And we work with two frequency band, L band, S band. What is frequency band? Which will send the radiation and then reflect back for the mapping purpose, right? So that is what L band and S band. Lower frequency band will be used, right? So that is what you have in the handout. You can mark that NISAR mission is important. You have to read the NISAR mission. What is that mission? What is the objective of the mission? And what we are going to study. That is the important part, right? Now this is what given China, now quantum communication satellite is called Quest. First time China. And what is the name of the satellite? Mikias. What does the Mikias stands for? Mikias is the ancient Chinese philosopher. It's given here, launching the world's first quantum communication satellite. Quantum experiment at space scale, nicknamed Mikias, after the philosopher, Chinese philosopher. Now this is important for the exam. That Mikias satellite is important. Using this satellite, Chinese researchers were able to transmit secret message from space to Earth. What is the advantage of quantum communication? That we can have encrypted data, right? And that can be done. Technology is called quantum key distribution. What is the name of technology? QKD. ये याद रखना है. ये जो points है ये important है exam के लिए. And you remember regular batch also I have mentioned that quantum computing and the Quest satellite, Mikias satellite. There you have in the box there. But here you have there. So it uses the photon light. Now let's understand what is quantum computing or quantum communication. What exactly is the basis of quantum communication? Now see that's I am taking the context. I am not removing it. I am keeping it. What China did? China launched a satellite, and instead of using radio waves, it uses the photon or light, and they use something called quantum key distribution, a kind of encryption technology that nobody can crack that code, encoded. That what the China did as an experiment, right? Make a satellite or this particular one. But what I'm asking here, what exactly the quantum mechanical aspect works here? Is whether satellite or computing, any aspect of quantum, what is the mechanism there? I had explained in the classroom there, but let me again come back to this one. I'll just put across in a flow chart. You can write this in the flow chart method. I'm just making a mind map here. Say quantum, you can write this quantum technology, any kind of quantum based technology, whether you talk about computing, robotics, you take about ICT, any area of quantum computing. Any quantum technology, the first thing about quantum technology is that here encryption of data, right, and processing of data. So we write here data storage, comma, encryption of data and processing of data is based on what I'm now writing here is based on qubits. What is the word here? Quantum bits. It works on quantum information, quantum bits of information. See, normal computing or any kind of data works on 0 and 1, right? That's called binary digit. But here the quantum information, quantum scale comes. Now, what is the second aspect of quantum technology is that this kind of data, encryption, data storage, based on quantum bits, they are based on quantum mechanical. It works on quantum mechanical principles. It doesn't follow the normal principles, but it follows the quantum mechanical principles of now writing the part of the principles there. That is the three word comes. First is called superposition. What is superposition? Two states can combine each other to form third state. Then comes what? Entanglement. Entanglement. What is the word here? Entanglement. States can combine together, like hand holding, one state with another. And there's something called here tunneling. All these are part of the quantum level. What is quantum level? Atom level, at the level of atomic science. That's what comes. What I've written? Quantum mechanical principles of superposition, entanglement, ENTANGLEMENT, and tunneling. Based on that, qubits are worked there, right? And here, what is third aspect here is that it is a high speed, higher bandwidth. What is higher bandwidth? Higher storage. Such kind of computing system or information technology, communication will be very high speed. More data can be transmitted. More data can be stored, like here bandwidth means storage. More information can be stored. And then can be what? Highly cyber secured, highly secured. Cannot be cracked. Secure network. If you make any kind of change, what will happen? Entire system will change. Just like blockchain technology. So it becomes very, very secure system there. Right? So let's say in this year exam, if you get a question on quantum aspect of that, you have to know these three aspects. Chinese, they did this kind of experiment by using this part of it. And now you can add here what? India also want to use this technology. So DST has got this quest, quantum experiment, right, for enhancement of science and technology. What quest stand for? Quantum experiment, quantum for enhancement of science and technology in India. So this is a quest project. Government of India has given this fund to develop this kind of technology in India. Quest project is there, right? Where we are trying to develop the same kind of technology what China has done, or worldwide research is going on. This is what India is trying to develop, right? So China's first quantum communication satellite, just remember as a fact, Mickey satellite and what they have done. At the same time, try to understand this part. Quantum bits of information, superposition, entanglement, tunneling, then in terms of advantage or benefit, and what India is doing, that's through the Quest experiment. We want to build quantum system in India, right? This is what India wants to go in the future, right? That part comes, right? So this is what you have in the handout there. Now, cryo-electron microscope, what you have in the handout here, a Nobel Prize in chemistry was awarded in this field. Now, it's very simple. Let me explain here. What is cryo? So normally, when you may see something with microscope, what do you do first? Sample is prepared, and those samples are what? Dead. Let's say leaf. You want to study the internal structure of leaf, or let's say bacteria. So what do? You fix the sample. And how do you fix the sample? By adding some kind of solution, chemicals. Staining, sometimes staining we do that, and then we see under the microscope. Now electron microscope, electron microscope can have detailed structure of a cell. Now what is cryo-electron microscope? Cryo means what? Cryo means extremely low temperature, below 0 degrees Celsius, frozen sample. Now what is cryo-electron microscope? Which do the imaging of a live sample in the frozen state. What we do is the sample is frozen. Where frozen? Sub-zero temperature, Kelvin, and then can be seen under a microscope. And for this work, Nobel Prize has been given, cryo-electron microscope. Right? Now let me see here, what is given here. Cryo-electron microscopy, cryo-EM or cryo microscopy is a form of transmission electron microscope, is a form of TEM, transmission electron microscope. Now what is given? Where the sample is studied at cryogenic temperature, sub-zero temperature. Transmission electron microscope use a beam of electron to examine the structure of molecule or any kind of structure. Now what is given here? Utility of cryo-electron microscope stems from the fact that it allows the observation of specimens that have not been stained or fixed in any way. That means without any staining, without any chemical form, the exact sample can be studied under the microscope. Right? So cryo-EM doesn't require crystals and also enables scientists to see how biomolecules like protein, DNA, RNA, lipids, all those kind of biomolecules move and interact as they perform their function. That is live sample, live reaction inside the cell there, which is much more difficult using crystallography. See, when you do crystallography, everything fixed, but here the live sample will be there, and we are able to do the imaging. And so, since this is a revolutionary, technology, that's what the award has been given. It came in the news because of Nobel Prize. So that we have to know from there. So that is what you have in the cryo-electron microscope, right? So now first this one, China's which has come in the news, first AI anchor, news anchor. And what is the name here? Anchor made his debut on the ongoing World Internet Conference in East China's Zhejiang province. This anchor has been developed there. News anchor, as like an anchor asks the question answer and interact with the panel there. You have seen the TV debate, all the debate which happens there, anchor is there, and one anchor, a Republic, right? What is the name of that anchor? Goswami, what is it? So he is very angry. Sometimes the anchor will be very angry. Will ask that, right? You are wrong. You should not. Even the female anchor also are very aggressive, right? So there's such kind of AI system has been built. So there is no human, like robot, a robot kind of system there. So future is robotics. That's how the development is taking place. So not very important. Just keep in mind there. Now, what is important? Spin maker. What is important for exam? Spin maker. Now, this is first time there is a brain, human brain kind of thing. So here, this is spin maker. What is the largest brain-like supercomputer? Right, in UK. Where it is developed? UK. So what is the full form here? Million processor core spiking neural network architecture, spin maker. Machine is capable of completing more than 200 million actions per second. Very fast. Supercomputers do a very fast. Now human brain, human brain is made of what? Neurons. And when we think very fast, right? Imagine a computer can think like human brain. Right? You can say it's an artificial human brain. As human can do the task, say machine can do that. ठीक है? तो ये उसको बनाया गया यूके में, मैनचेस्टर यूनिवर्सिटी इन यूके हैज डेवलप्ड दिस पर्टिकुलर मशीन, a supercomputer which mimic like human brain. That's all. What you have to know from UPSC exam, PT exam question comes, the name of the supercomputer, Spinnaker. Where it is located? UK. What is the role of the supercomputer? Like human brain it works, neural network, and it's very, very fast. That's the thing. It's not very difficult. You don't have to always remember that in science and technology area, where some concept is required, you have to go through that. But not in a very like engineering aspect. You should always know where, what, and how it can be used. Right, Spinnaker. That made the headline there. And then comes here, next one here, Project Shakti. That is a computer scientist, Rice Creek has been made. Computer scientists from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT Madras have developed the first of family of 6 industry standard microprocessor. You know the computer system today works on processor. That kind of 6 microprocessors have been developed by IIT Madras scientists. And that project is called Shakti. Project Shakti name has been given. And what is the name given? Rice Creek. So what is important for prelims exam? Knowing the name. Rice Creek. IIT Madras processor, microprocessor, which is done under this project called Shakti started in 2014. That's part of there. And this creek is that is basically advanced machine is there. Cortex that part is not very important. The industry grade. What do you have to know? The last point here. See here. These viable industry grade microprocessors can operate at a frequency of 350 megahertz. Thus meets the demands of defense and strategic equipment. Where the Rice Creek will be find application? Military application. Where the devices are used. There will be used. So defense and military application of the country such as Navik. Like Navik system, you know, set of 7 satellites. So they will be using processor, satellite carrier processor. That is a strategic processor developed by IIT Madras. Defense application. Right? So उसका जो main application part है वो जानना है. This is not very important. See, DMIPS and this name of this, that is not very important. You should know what is the project, what have been developed, and where will be used. Where is the application part of it, right? That comes here. And so Rice Creek, about Rice Creek processor, and Internet of Things, see here given, IoT also it can be used there. And the National Digital Communication Policy. Simply see, remember that. I'll just give you one area. 3 important areas will come here. The first is what called Propel India. What is Propel India? Take India to advanced level of information communication. What is the name here? Digital communication. What is second objective given here? Secure India. What is Secure India? Cyber security. Today you know that today we are now going into paperless economy, right? Cashless economy. And now we are using a lot of mobile phone, like computer system and all. But at the same time, we are at risk of any kind of malware attack, virus attack, cyber security problem. So what is digital communication should be there? Secure system. That's what the policy aims for. And then what comes to Connect India. What is Connect India? Wi-Fi hotspot. And you know that there is one program called there's a broadband connectivity from BharatNet, joining all the Gram Panchayat, connecting the rural areas. So there's A given here, all as a tool for socio-economic development. Simply remember this policy, what Government of India has got, 3 main pillars are there. One is that connectivity, urban, rural, urban, everywhere, business, industry, business, government, citizen to citizen, all those kind of digital India programs. Second, it says the Propel India in terms of innovation, startups, right, Make in India program, manufacturing aspect. And third is what? Cyber security, Secure India. It should be very foolproof, right? The Secure India program is called here, ensuring the security part. That's what the policy aims at. Not very important for prelims exam, important for mains exam, where you will have to write. There you can write about the policy, right? So इसको केवल ध्यान में रखना है, but not from that perspective there. So that is what comes here. So what I'll do here, just 1 second here. I'll stop here. I'm sorry. I've already exceeded the time. So I'll stop here. I know this is too much for today's class. So much thing I've covered in one class there. So we'll stop here, and tomorrow bring this handout. The remaining topic which are there, I'll first cover there, plus rest of the topics. Rest of topics, whatever I have there, I'll share in the class. Right? But don't worry about the what I'm saying, that too much of information. Don't worry about it. Just filter the main aspect of it. Okay, what is required from exam. So we'll go through that. I think remaining topics are not much. I'll be covering that part, and then we'll go into that. Do you have even test also here? MCQ test? Though at the back, at the last, objective questions are given. Do you do in the classroom or homework? Is the homework there? Aja, homework there. So tomorrow I'll ask question also there. Right? I'll ask question, but that means you don't have to solve. I'll just ask what will be the answer there. Right? So we'll work on that one. Right? Those who are new to the classroom, don't worry. Just try to go through it, and if you want to follow further, then last time also I mentioned there, you can have the handout, or if you want to go through my book, then you can go there. Right? So how many of you got my book there? I think very few people have got there. So anyway, I've given the concept in the textbook. Right? So we'll stop here, and tomorrow you have the class at 9 o'clock.